Everybody, I have a video for you guys today. Finally, this is going to be my K-pop nostalgia tag. So I chose 7 items, as you guys can probably tell, that mean something to me and in my K-pop story, period, basically. So this album right here that you can see, when I listened to K-pop, it was 2007. That's when I listened to K-pop officially. What I mean by that, and I always say that, is that I knew of Korean artists before I listened to K-pop, but I didn't know they were Korean. I thought they were Japanese. The thing was, they were promoting in Japan. So because they were promoting in Japan, they were promoting in Japanese, and I couldn't tell like the difference back then. Like, I don't know, I didn't know that they were Korean. Sorry. I kind of feel bad that I didn't know that back then, because if I had known back in 2005 when I officially, not officially, but when I first encountered Korean artists in Japan, if I had known they were originally artists that were from Korea, I could have been there for the debut of Big Bang, but I didn't know about that. So yeah, sad times. So back in 2005, I did listen to Shinhwa in Japan. They were promoting in Japan, and a lot of the songs that are on here were also songs that I first listened to back when I was into Shinhwa. So it's not that I'm not into them anymore, but these were a lot of the songs that I listened to back in the day. Time Machine, I think, was the first song that I was introduced to. So yeah. Then 2007, time skip. 2007, I was introduced by a friend of Big Bang. They introduced Big Bang to me. They introduced YG mostly to me. So with Big Bang, I was also introduced to Seven. She's like a big fan of Seven. So yeah, Seven. One time also Gummy, Junior, and Sean. So all of those artists were what I was introduced to at the first time that I listened to K-pop. Seven really helped me stick with Big Bang. I kind of fell in love with Seven. I saw the music video for Passion, and I saw his handstands, and I fell in love with Seven. That's my... I was 15. I had just turned 15. So yeah, Big Bang, the first mini album, Always, was the mini album that had just been released. Like, it was brand new, super brand new. It was like a couple of days old when I was introduced to Big Bang. So yeah, Big Bang's Always, first mini album. That song, Always, is just one of my all-time favorite Big Bang songs. It's just like, I love that song. I can listen to that song. It has a lot of memories from high school. Big Bang is just my high school years, you guys. Then, so Shinhwa, YG. Then came the point where I had to leave. Eventually, I'm gonna listen to new artists. It took me a lot of years to get into new artists, but SHINee, I was gonna say Shinhwa, SHINee debuted, and I wasn't crazy about SM Entertainment, I'm not gonna lie. I guess my friend that introduced me to K-pop had like a thing against SM because of Hanggang, how they treated Hanggang. So yeah, long story short, that's why I wasn't really introduced to SM artists like I was to YG. SHINee debuted, and I really, really love SHINee. They were the first pop-ish K-pop artist that I listened to. I love SHINee when they debuted, and I wasn't gonna hide that I like SHINee, kind of like I hid that I like some of Super Junior songs. So I was happy to say that I like SHINee, and yeah, they were the first group that I branched out of the YG whole thing besides Shinhwa. So yeah, SHINee has a really special place in my heart for that alone. And then I started buying albums eventually. I listened to K-pop for years, but I didn't buy albums. It wasn't until YG signed Tableau and I heard Bad and I saw the music video for Bad, and oh my god, guys, Bad, Tableau's Fevers, and it just spoke to me in a way that it shouldn't speak to anybody. If you have seen the music video, you know what I mean. But it was so beautiful. This album is just a masterpiece, Tableau's Fevers, and it's just fucking perfection, guys. And as soon as I saw that music video, I was like, well, I'm gonna buy that album. And that's exactly what I did. I pre-ordered that album. It was my first album that I ever bought a physical copy of. It's just, I love that album, guys. I love that album. And I'm really happy and proud that I own that album. So yeah, I started buying Korean albums. I didn't buy a lot. Like, I bought some handful here and there, like a couple here and there. I didn't buy a lot. But I really wanted to start buying Dongbang Shinki albums. Not necessarily Big Bang's albums. I did want to eventually get them, but I really loved Dongbang Shinki's Japanese things. So before I was introduced to Big Bang, after I was introduced to Shinhwa, one of my friends was into Japanese music, and she's like, you have to hear these guys a cappella. And she made me listen to their a cappella songs, but they were, to me, Japanese. So basically the same thing happened like with Shinhwa, the same thing happened with Dongbang Shinki. I knew them as a Japanese group. I didn't really know them as a Korean group. So I know a lot of people like their Korean things, but honestly, to me, what made me listen to them was their Japanese ballads. So yeah, I wanted to buy those songs, Darkness Eyes, Love in the Eyes, all those songs that were just perfection to me. I wanted to own those. So I did buy those, and I bought Dongbang Shinki quite a bit until I had most of their albums. I wasn't gonna buy everything because it's just not for me. And then I was going to the store one day with my dad, and I was going to the CD store where they sell Korean CDs, and I was like, should I buy Tone? Because I had always wondered about Tone, because it wasn't my favorite album back then. And I'm like, well, I shouldn't have to, because if I don't like the music, why am I going to buy the CD? So I went to the store with my dad, and I saw Tone. So the thing that happened before that, I was like, okay, if I see Tone, that means I'm going to start collecting Dongbang Shinki. I'm going to start collecting Dongbang Shinki if I see Tone. And I saw Tone. I saw this version of Tone, and I was like, well, I saw it, I have to buy it, so I can't back out now. And I didn't. I bought it. And well, if you have seen my collection videos, you will see where Dongbang Shinki has gotten me. For the next couple of videos, you will see where Dongbang Shinki has gotten me. Not necessarily the next video, but you will see Dongbang Shinki very soon, guys. Yeah. So this is to blame for stuff. The last one that I want to talk to you guys about is this Big Bang Lightstick. Back in 2012, when Big Bang announced their world tour, I was screaming, I was crying, and I was crying because Big Bang in America, oh my god, I'd been a VIP since a year after their debut, and I couldn't not be there. There was no way I wasn't gonna be there. No way I wasn't gonna be there. And so yeah, I managed to get a ticket, a crappy ticket, and the way there and the time surrounding the concert was just the worst experience ever. I live in Northern California and the concert was down in LA. So it was like, okay, drive down there, have a good day, have a good weekend. It just didn't turn out to be like that. And it was just horrible. It was just horrible. But the concert wasn't. The concert was fucking perfect. I was so happy that I was able to go and I was able to be in that like arena with them during that concert. And I think it was T.O.P's birthday too, that particular day. So I was even more happy because, I mean, it was T.O.P's birthday. T.O.P was acting dumb in that concert too, so I was extra happy. It was fucking beautiful. I kind of got bad during the concert for one thing only. Not really mad, but it was like a side thought. I was sitting in the really bad seats, the $50 seats, and there was a person next to me eating, and she was drinking her drink. And here I am, like, waving my light stick, hella crazy, singing along. And she was just so, like, bored or something. Like, she was, that concert, why are you there if you're not gonna be a fan of fucking music? Oh my god. I'm sorry. I was just really, really mad, but not really, because I was gonna not let that get me down. I was going to enjoy my freaking concert, and yeah, it was a perfect concert. They weren't really standing, like the people in the section that I was in wasn't standing, but I didn't care. I was standing and I was acting like a crazy VIP because I am a crazy VIP and I love Big Bang. So yeah, I couldn't talk for 3 days after that concert. So for this year, my goal is to like not be able to talk for a whole week. And yeah, that's my goal for this year's concert, that I'm going to make the best out of this year. I have to make the best out of this year. T.O.P is going to the military soon, so I have to make the best out of this concert experience. So thank you guys so much for watching, guys. I hope it wasn't too boring. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.